Hey guys, it's Myella. Welcome back to Myella's Movie Talk. Just like last year, no proper intro because let me tell you, just like last year, the updates are coming and they are coming fast. Pause. Once again, I am not at CinemaCon. Shout out to everybody that went. Shout out to everybody that went. I hold no ill will. I hope you had fun. Anyway, this is gonna be another year of me trying to keep up with the updates as they happen or just after the panel's over and trying to get these videos out with all the updates as fast as I can. Okay? This is a lot. I saw the times for some of the panels and I'm like, dude, no. No. Absolutely not. But alas, my friends, we pushed through. We yo, can I talk? We carry on, guys. I'll stop wasting your time. Strap in, buckle up, lock in, put on your big boy pants, hold on to your helmets or your hats or whatever you gotta hold on to for comfort. Let's get into this. It's about to get crazy. This episode will focus on the Warner Brothers panel, and okay, so it happened, right? Well, obviously because now I'm here to talk about it. It's like it stopped, right? Maybe it's just because, and again, I'm not rushing you people. Live in the moment. That's what I'd be doing if I was at CinemaCon, okay? But I'm not. I'm in my apartment at home in Canada. If I were there, I'd be living in the moment. I would be vibing, right? But maybe like the updates were coming in like later-ish, and I was following multiple accounts, and everybody seems to be posting different things at different times. So I was very confused on how to do this segment, and then I went to go watch the new episode of Daredevil Born Again, and then the whole time I'm vibing with the episode, I'm thinking, how am I going to do this video? And as I'm recording, there's about to, in like an hour, 2 hours, there's about to be another episode of The Boys, another episode of Invincible. Why do I do this to myself? Not with the shows. I'm loving all the shows. I don't know how I'm going to do this because some stuff had footage, and some stuff you're just like, hey, it's happening. Have a nice day. And I'm looking at some of these. Some of these are a franchise I've never watched for previous films that are getting sequels now that I haven't watched. And I am stumped beyond belief. But chat, we're gonna find a way. By the way, this would probably be solved from a simple Google search. Sizzle reel? And apparently, right? There was no mention of the Batman Part 2. Alright, yeah, shut the whole thing down. Shut the entire thing down. What do you mean there was no Batman? What? What? But okay. I'm gonna figure this out. I can do this. Whew, okay. This list looks so intimidating. First, I wanted to start with something. It was the first thing they basically showed, but it was quite interesting because I'm like, what on earth are we doing here? In a good way, but also in a... Wait. What? You know? Warner Brothers has a new label. It is called Warner Brothers Clockwork, and a new film from Sean Baker, who won Best Picture. Did he win Best Director? You see, I have very bad recollection of both time and memory and space. I don't sleep. No, I eat. Did I forget that I ate today? Wow. I don't know what's happening anymore. Anora won Best Picture. Either way, Oscar winner, right? Sean Baker has a film in the works under Warner Brothers' newest label, Clockwork, and his film is called... It's called Te Amo? Yes. Which is with you guys. I love you. So I found this very interesting because, I I didn't have a video out on this, but because I want to see how it would escalate. There's a bit more of an escalation now, but I was very unsure when to make the video, but Paramount's like, hey, Warner Brothers, guess what? You're ours now. Absolute insanity. You know what I'm saying? Absolute insanity. And so how is that going to work? I don't know. But I'm very interested, and I think they have something else with their like release schedule and how they're gonna release movies and stuff. Okay, some people have like the descriptions of the footage. I'm very intimidated by this list. Okay, I'm looking at this article that has like the footage descriptions and okay, I think I have to put labels next to what has footage and what doesn't have footage. So give me a second. Why is this list so intimidating compared to the Sony one that I did? Give me a minute, which will only be a few seconds for you because I edit. Warner Brothers has a new label. I want to see how this turns out. Okay, I compiled a list of all the footage descriptions. Shout out to Discussing Film for writing an article about all the footage. But now I'm just going to talk about everything that was just announced, that was put out there, being like, hey guys, it exists. Be happy. We're getting an Oceans prequel. I really like those movies. I think they're so fun. And it follows the parents of Danny Ocean at the 1962 what? Why can't I talk? Monaco Grand Prix. I can talk. I can talk, you guys. So was the last Ocean film Ocean's 8? Which, hey, I don't know if this is a hot take. I enjoyed it. I don't know. Is that a hot take now? It's not. What Oceans are? It's a prequel. Which one are we on? There's so many of them. Guys, there's a lot of Oceans. What are we on now? Either way, it's a prequel, guys. It is a prequel. And I am excited. Look at this. Look at this cast. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah, no, it's Bradley Cooper and Margot Robbie. Come on. We can't say no to that. Before we get on to the Evil Dead film that comes out this year, which still no trailer, but apparently this week. At the time I'm recording this, apparently this week. We have another Evil Dead film on the way. Evil Dead Wrath will be in theaters next year. So we're gonna have, well, they said back-to-back Evil Dead releases, but I fear they might have gotten something wrong. Okay, yeah, no, Bloody Disgusting said, while Evil Dead Wrath has been announced for a 2027 release at the start of the WB CinemaCon presentation, we now have a date. In theaters, April 7th, 2028. Oh. But I do remember hearing they're trying to get Evil Dead films out every other year, which is like a miracle that we're living in that world. At least it's my miracle. I get to be happy every other year. So this makes the last film we got was Evil Dead Rise, and that was back in I was gonna say 2013. No, that's the reboot, which is like how many years old? Over a decade old. Fire movie, my gosh. Rise was 2023. Yeah, I can talk. And then Burn, which we'll get to because it had footage, comes out in July, and Wrath comes out in April 2028. I really thought it would be next year. I was like, oh my god, back to back, Evil Dead, we're back, we're so back. Now never watched Lord of the Rings. I know. Boo me, throw the tomatoes, throw the bricks at the window, man. I could honestly maybe I deserve it. But yeah, I have never watched Lord of the Rings. I want to. And then I also hear there's a show and there's so much going on. I'm just like, oh, I mean, that's never stopped me from getting into a franchise, but man, if we can get the time of you, I'll look up the timeline and I'll watch it in that order. Anyway, a teaser was shown for The Hunt for Gollum. I don't remember seeing any footage description. If there is and I missed it, I'm sorry. But here's your cast. Gollum's the one that says, "My precious," right? Or is that someone else? I don't know. Lord of the Ring fans, be happy. Be happy. This is a great thing. I think. Is this a good thing or a bad thing that's happening? DC fans, Superman fans. We had Superman last year. And we're getting Man of Tomorrow next year. They film in, well, at the time of this recording, they film in a week. And I don't think they were there, but wow, I can't talk. This is amazing. David Cornsett and Nicholas Hoult tease Man of Tomorrow as a new villain and unlikely alliance. Quote, I don't know who said this, try saving the world with your sworn enemy. Either of them could have said that. And that's what's very much intriguing me about this is like, damn, their rivalry and like and I ain't talking heated was very good, very well done in the previous movie. So now they gotta be like, okay, I don't like you, you don't like me, we gotta be friends for like a 2-hour movie, then I'm gonna leave you behind. So I'm very intrigued, and that means we should be getting photos soon. That's very exciting. It's very exciting. Definitely one of my most anticipated films of next year. I know we're like this year, wow, and the next year, wow. There was at a point where I'm like 2026 and 2027, even 2025 did not feel like real years to me. And now lived 2025, living in 2026. What is happening? You know? Very excited. We'll have some more DC footage. I'll explain in a bit. We have this one called Panic Carefully. It's going to be released in the cool IMAX ratio. I swear I know film, guys. And it stars Julia Roberts and Elizabeth Olsen. Described as a paranoid thriller that's a mix of Mr. Robot and Silence of the Lambs. I love Silence of the Lambs. Say less. Is that all we know? Say less. I want whatever this is. Whatever this is. This one I was like, Zach Kreger, I talked about you before when we were talking about Resident Evil. And now you're back with a new sci-fi film called The Flood in theaters August 11th, 2028. Take me there. Inject it. Take me there. Also, I love that every picture that I find of somebody like tweeting about Zach Kreger said this, or he has a new film with this, Zach Kreger quoting Zach Kreger. It's the same picture from behind the scenes of Weapons with him and Julia Gardner. And it's just like, damn, dude, like, do you know other pictures of either two of them exist anymore? It's so fun. And again, speaking of Zach Kreger, we now know that the Aunt Gladys prequel from Weapons, Oscar-winning performance, by the way, I think very deserved, now has a release date of September the 8th, 2028. I don't know if he's directing. I don't know if that's ever been made clear if he's directing or if he's just writing. Either way, absolute Kreger, absolute cinema. Oh my goodness. A lot of Zach Kreger this past 24-ish hours. This is an amazing world to live in, honestly. I wonder what they're gonna do. I'm very intrigued. Very intrigued. We got a ton of horror news. That made me very happy. We're getting Final Destination 7 on May 12th, 2028. I loved Final Destination Bloodlines, and since we followed a family and death going after a family, what could they do next? I mean, the friend group's basically every movie. Family, friends. What about like your coworkers? Death is just at one workplace and just goes after all your coworkers. Yo, wait a minute. Nobody move. I'll write the movie. I'll write the movie. Either way, we get more Evil Dead, more Final Destination. We about to find out all the stuff about Gladys, Warner Brothers. Oh my god. And another thing. Gremlins! Did Gladys Cousin just say this, or did they say that there? Either way, I love Gremlins. My friend got me like a mystery, like, horror keychain thing, and I got Gizmo from Gremlins. And it came in like colored water, but all the water drained. I do not know how, but he's on my shelf. I love him. But the third Gremlins movie, this is last we heard, so I'm just gonna include this anyway because I love those little guys. Third Gremlins movie from Warner Brothers will be released in theaters November 19th, 2027. Spielberg is producing, and aren't those the directors of Final Destination Bloodlines, or am I tripping? Look, their name is attached to a lot of stuff now. They're attached to an animated Venom movie. I was hoping Sony would be like, hey, it's happening. We have something going on at their panel, but I guess not. I need that in my veins. But oh my god. This one, I'm like, I mean, I guess so. So, I guess we're getting a sequel to La Llorona. It's called The Revenge of La Llorona. April 9th, 2027. I mean, I guess so. I guess. Sure. Alright. I added some stuff to the list that I didn't even know was, like, announced there until last minute. I'm like, what? So much happened. Dude. I did not watch the first Minecraft movie yet. I saw the meme, so I saw the little Technoblade tribute. I thought that was very sweet. Otherwise, I have not seen the Minecraft movie, but it is getting a sequel, and it's literally just called Hold on to your hats, a Minecraft sequel. Yo, clap it up. I'm not even joking. Let's just keep doing this. We got a third movie, a Minecraft threequel. I love it. I love it. Let's keep doing this. Something for Game of Thrones. I've never watched Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, but I did hear that it ends pretty bad. Like, very bad. Like, not good at all. That everybody was very upset. So, I don't want to set myself up by, like, watching this and being like, hey, you know, but there is gonna be a Game of Thrones movie. Isn't that great? I don't know what timeline in the Thrones this will take place, if they're still playing games to get that throne. I don't know how these games work, but if they're still playing, maybe I'll just suck at the game. I don't know. I don't know. Should I watch Game of Thrones? Should I just bite the bullet? Should I just do it? How long are these games? And why do they end so bad? Now this, again, reading from Discussing Films article, and I was like, what in the world? Oh, one I didn't even add. Y'all, you see, Warner Brothers said too much. Okay? I'm just now seeing Tim Miller's Shiver, starring Keanu Reeves, a new action thriller about surviving sharks. It's Keanu. I'm in. Joan of Arc from Baz Luhrmann. I can never know if I'm saying people's names right. He did direct Elvis, right? Or am I thinking of a different guy? He directed Elvis. Okay, this is about to be the most insanely edited movie I've ever seen in my life. Margie Claus, a new animated film centered around saving Christmas, starring Melissa McCarthy. It could be fun. I am down for a Christmas movie. And Bad Fairies, a new animated family fantasy film starring Cynthia Erivo. I can't do the Wicked note. Also, I haven't watched Wicked for good yet. Can you tell I'm behind on a lot of stuff? But hey, that's cute. That sounds cute. A lot of days, there's so many damn. And I feel like I'm missing something. That's what's scaring me. I'm not, right? Okay, I don't think I am. Now, we did get quite a bit of footage descriptions. Buckle up, guys. I can't snap. Buckle up, everyone. Oh wait, nope, I forgot one, guys. I'm sorry. There's gonna be another Conjuring. There's gonna be another Conjuring movie. The Conjuring first beatboxing. First communion. There's gonna be another Conjuring movie, but from what I heard, it's I know there was supposed to be a Conjuring show. Look, man. Look. The Conjuring. I like the first two. I'd even argue to a small degree that I like Conjuring 2 more than Conjuring 1. I don't know if that's a hot take. The Conjuring 3, I'm like... Conjuring 4 was a bit less of a... and more of a... But, you know what? Okay. And then the spin-offs, that'll be a whole nother video, because I actually do have a video idea planned on the Conjuring franchise, so I don't know when this drops, but, get ready, y'all. More Conjuring! They better conjure more stuff. Now I'm not missing anything now? Yeah, let's talk about the footage. In a few weeks, we will be treated to Mortal Kombat 2, and I am so excited. And people got to see footage. Lucky. I'm not upset. Again, this is all coming from Discussing Film. Everybody saw the same footage, but like I'm using their words, okay? Let's talk about this. The footage for Mortal Kombat. The Warner Bros. Panel at CinemaCon 2026 included a first look at an extended scene from the upcoming Mortal Kombat 2. Highlighting Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, yes, Johnny Cage, my boy. The scene opens on Cage traveling with former champion Liu Kang to confront Baraka. Oh no. When Baraka doesn't agree with Liu's terms, Cage teases Baraka, calling him an effing, convincing Baraka to challenge Cage to a fight instead. Cage, a fish out of water with no real fighting experience, tries to run away from the challenge. I'm already laughing. But Baraka chases him through the desert village, plummets him down, and throws him out of a hut. Cage, flat on his face, is encouraged to play the part of his movie persona to win the battle. He picks up his sunglasses, does the from the trailer, does the iconic pose and says, "It's showtime." With his stronger confidence, he stands a better chance of fighting Baraka, and the fight culminates with Cage spinning his arms before doing the splits and punching Baraka in the crotch, ending the fight. Fans will be happy to know that there's plenty of his fighting style and kicks are taken straight from the moveset from the Mortal Kombat games. Thank you. Irvin lives into the role as Cage very well, capturing the cocky movie star with humor, gusto, and charisma. I need to see it now again. My Mortal Kombat videos get very good views. I'm grateful. It's so funny because I don't think I've talked much Mortal Kombat on the channel previous to the sequel. But you know what? Yes, I need to see this. I can't believe it. We're almost there. Just a couple weeks away. And we used to be months away after that delay. That still feels like I'm like, oh my god, but it's not delayed anymore. We're almost there. And the merch is coming out, and I'm pretty sure they released the track, like the theme, and interviews are happening. It's just, I'm excited. This is gonna be good. I am very, this is gonna be good. Next, we have footage from Supergirl, which comes out a couple days before my birthday, because they thought of me, guys. CinemaCon 2026 attendees were treated to an extended sequence from Supergirl that has raised expectations for the upcoming DC Studios film. In a scene ripped directly from Tom King's comic, at least the star, Kara Zor-El, played by Myella, sits uncomfortably on a transport full of bizarre-looking aliens. She finds out that her young companion, Ruthie, if I'm saying that right, has snuck onto the Airbus. Before she can scold her, a group of teleporting space pirates board the ship. Kara launches into a fight with them using their teleporters in a dynamic sequence that Wolf Alice's smile. Millie Alcock is sensational, setting the character's badass, sorry nature and capability. She can't get the jump on the space pirates, so she plans to use a spacesuit to get closer to the sun. Before she can do this, she's blown out of the airlock, which brings her closer to the sun, powering her up as she has a downright epic battle with the space pirates, ending in an anime-like beam, so like Kamehameha, between Kara's laser eyes and their own lasers as a guitar-heavy score swells. Afterwards, the footage cuts to a sizzle reel featuring destruction of Krypton and Kara's escape, which appears to be fully depicted in the film. Kara is then seen teaming up with Lobo, who Jason Momoa was fully leaning into. He actually said, like, oh my god, this is like the best thing ever. He also didn't answer when asked who would win, Lobo or Aquaman. I think that's funny. With a mischievous laugh and a very metal habit of driving through flames on this motorcycle, the action and score are extremely impressive, and the film looks to be far more ambitious than perhaps anyone was expecting. Coming closer to Bill Chris Evely's art than one might think, brilliant narrative, wire comedy, and a hard edge, the Supergirl footage instills a strong sense of confidence. Okay, good. Not that I ever doubted it, but a lot of people were like, I don't know, and I'm like, but I think I know. One quote I did love from this is, she says during this action sequence, my dog's dying, so I don't really have time for this. Guys, again, I haven't actually read the comic, you know, I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm gonna see the movie. I hope nothing happens to Crypto. That's what's like, having me like, oh my god, I can't. But yeah, no, this movie, besides the looming fact that a dog is in danger, sounds like a fun time. Besides the looming fact that a dog is in danger, it sounds like a fun movie. Next, for fun to watch, maybe not fun to experience if you're in this position, Evil Dead Burn. We're supposed to, I think, I'm hearing a trailer this week that is supposed to play in front of Lee Cronin's Mummy movie. Lee Cronin directed Evil Dead Rise, and now he has a Mummy movie coming out, and it looks pretty decent, I must say. I'm intrigued. There's one scene I heard from it where I'm just like, that sounds so gross. But man, it does sound gnarly and I need to see it. But now, we have Evil Dead Burn, directed by Sebastian. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, bro, but I know he's directed a horror movie before. I think it's a horror movie with, like, spiders or something. And y'all, I do not. I talk about Spider-Man a lot on this channel. I am deeply terrified of spiders. Yeah, I know he directed a film called Infested. Rapidly reproducing spiders, nasty. No, no. There's a spider in my apartment a couple months back, and I was like almost trying not to cry getting rid of it, to the point where my mom's like, stop making noise, you're gonna scare the dog. That's how bad it was. I can't. So I just know he probably has this movie to be absolutely just insane and spooky-ooky. Let's talk about this footage. Evil Dead fans will have a veritable, y'all using big words, veritable feast on their hands with Evil Dead Burn. The trailer starts with a very different, grungy, distraught look than Evil Dead Rise, as a woman stands in fear, looking at a door about to open. A man and woman walk in, terrified, mumbling, when the door slams open, revealing a deadite with a car seat going all the way through her head, which she removes slowly, almost gleefully. The trailer proper indicates the plot involves a family using the Book of the Dead, y'all gotta stop reading that damn book, to resurrect a male member who died too young. Look, I understand if you're creeping, I'm so sorry, but bro, no. Once the Necronomicon is used, the entire town around them seems to be under possession. In general, Evil Dead Burns footage feels significantly meaner than its Evil Dead 2 inspired predecessor. Evil Dead 2 is like my favorite. They're kind of all like choose between my favorites, but like Evil Dead 2, I'm like, oh my god, one of the greatest movies ever made. I'm so dead serious. The deadites are vicious, severing fingers and car doors. Ew. I slammed a closet because I keep forgetting to close the closet door. I slammed it on my fingers and it hurts. Don't be surprised if I just keep the closet door open. Spontaneously combusting themselves, leaping onto the top of roofs. This sounds like the Resident Evil thing. And scaring a male protagonist so bad that he falls into a dishwasher and stabs himself in the back with knives. Oh my god. The camera work is unhinged, going every which way as an overwhelming feeling of dread fills the screen. Evil Dead Burns' final shot of the trailer seems to be a dead-eyed female protagonist slowly walking through fog, bathed in red. And what they didn't include, that I saw also this, there's a dead-eye drinking candle wax. And they're a little too happy about it. Evil Dead Burn looks like a truly original spin on the franchise, which total visceral experience prioritized. Whew, I need this now. So if it's true, I mean, obviously I'll do a video either way, whenever it comes out. But if it's true in this week, look out for my video. I cannot wait. Oh my god. And the fact we're gonna get these movies often. This is the good timeline. I mean, besides a bunch of other stuff. Evil Dead-wise, it's the good timeline. End of Oak Street. Directed by David Robert Mitchell. Produced by J.J. Abrams. Starring Anne Hathaway, Ian McGregor. Dinos, guys. Dinos. Did you guys see a theory that this could, like, be like a Secret Cloverfield movie? But people's like, oh, it's different distributors, though. Yes, but wouldn't it be cool if it was a Secret Cloverfield movie? Everything should be a Secret Cloverfield movie. I think they do have another Cloverfield in the works, but that's a totally different discussion for another day. Let's talk about the footage. Patton Oswalt, because yeah, he was there. He said something about like how he watched like 117 or something movies last year, and I'm like, go to my letterbox, man. Light work. Introduce CinemaCon 2026 attendees to an exclusive teaser for The End of Oak Street, a brand new film starring David Robert Mitchell. Directed. Yeah. What did I just say? I don't know. Centering on a family living in a typical suburban home whose lives are disrupted by strange new events. So this is a different trailer than the one that's already online. The trailer opens on Ian McGregor and Anne Hathaway sitting in a living room with their children, wrestling with the revelation that their house has been transported to another time. They're shown the family outside their home, staring at a giant chasm At the end of their street, their number one priority, survival. Yeah, man, that would be my thing too. We are shown a sequence of McGregor and Hathaway boarding up their homes. Smart. Suddenly, a large creature chases children down the street. What? And it's revealed to be a large, feathered dinosaur before it cuts to a title card. The end of Elk Street seems to be a mix of a home invasion movie and a paranoid thriller like Signs. Audience are promised an equal amount of musing on families, faith, and the potential end of the world, as well as suspense and action. Good. Whew, thank God. Yeah, no, I mean, Cloverfield theory aside, this thing sounded so cool to me. Even if I'm like, even with how like disappointed I've been with like the Jurassic franchise as of late, I'm not gonna say no to dinosaurs. I love me dinosaurs. Alright, so this just looks so intriguing. So intriguing. I'm hype. I'm hype. Let me see them die. You know what? So far, smart family. So far, smart family. Board the house up. How are they gonna get food? Wait, but the food, if you transport it back in time, that means the food, it wouldn't spoil. No. Because that food would be newer. I'm thinking, yo. I'm thinking way too deep into this, I think. How are they gonna get food? Practical Magic 2, I haven't seen Practical Magic 1. I'm sorry. I'll fix that. Comes out September 11th, 2026. So, yay! Oh, it's based on a book. I did not know that. Cool. But yeah, I remember when this got announced, people were going nuts. So, I'll watch the first one. So, this is kind of gonna spoil it for me. But you know what, guys? It's okay. Candles light up the theater as Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman make a dramatic, witchy entrance onto the stage at CinemaCon 2026 to introduce a brand new exclusive look at Practical Magic 2, the long-awaited sequel to the cult classic 1998 film. The trailer reacquaints, I can't talk today, audiences with the Owen sisters and their magical home. Oh, it's cool to have a magic house. And we see them making potions in the gardens and greenhouses. We're introduced to their sisters, nieces, played by Joey King and Leslie Williams. Sally and Gillian are now tasked with mentoring a multi-generational family of witches, and all the while visited by a mysterious man played by Lee Pace. A mysterious remix of Coconut by Harry Nilsson plays over the trailer as we see the family go on an adventure working to break a curse. Kidman quoted her iconic AMC intro, "We go to this place for magic." We don't have AMCs here, so I've never got to experience the AMC intro, and that just hurts. And Bullock promises a welcome return to an old cast, a rebuilding of the signature house, midnight margaritas, fun, new characters, and a faithfulness to Alice Hoffman's novel. The teaser does a good job of capturing the whimsical tone and themes of sisterhood the original film was known for. Again, I haven't watched Practical Magic, guys. I'm sorry, but you know what? There's witches involved. There's witches involved. I need to check this out. I will be there. Not right away. I need to watch the movie. The first one. I'm intrigued. Witches. I used to like put like a bunch of like soap and like water and like other random stuff that I would find, and I'd be like, I'm making a potion. That's not a unique experience. I just miss doing that. Next we have Digger from Alejandro G. I hope I'm saying your name right, man. But it's starring Tom Cruise. I did not know about the rest of this cast. Riz Ahmed, Emma Darcy, John Goodman, Sandra Hüller, and Jesse Plemons. This is news to me. I did see the teaser for this, and it wasn't much, not in a bad way, but it wasn't much. And I was just like, huh, that don't look like Tom Cruise. October 2nd, 2026. Let's see. CinemaCon attendees were treated to the first ever footage. But I saw first ever footage from Digger. The extended trailer is absolutely bonkers. Beginning with haggard Tom Cruise as Digger Rockwell, an industrialist living in a secluded mansion in the woods. He's foul-mouthed, balding, oh my god, balding Cruise, and sports a thick country accent. This is gonna be fun. Treating everyone with disdain other than his cat. Yay, cats. When an employee at one of his old drilling sites reports that the methane is causing water to flow up, disputing the ice shelf, Digger curses him out, telling him to continue as usual. The decision has catastrophic consequences, displacing entire nations. The president, played by John Goodman, wow, what a sentence, is a very over-the-top performance in the most complimentary way possible. Flanked by his assistant Riz Ahmed, tells Digger he has to fix this. What follows is a series of larger-than-life images, including boardroom brawls, high-flying jet sequences, too many explosions to count, and Digger relaying the story of the shovel passed down through generations to him. Digger looks like nothing Alejandro or Tom Cruise had ever done, swinging for the fences in footage that's bound to make the film one of the most anticipated comedies or films, period, of 2026. What? They did actually have a shovel to promote this movie at Coachella. And I'm just like, no offense, because, I mean, I saw some of the footage and I'm like, I would like to be at Coachella. I would love to be at a lot of places. But I was just like, who's gonna get the reference right away? Who's gonna get the reference? I mean, I did. I'm like, oh, the Tom Cruise movie with the shovel. I mean, that's cool that there's a giant shovel there, but I think people went to go see Justin Bieber just fiddling on YouTube. Thank goodness he had YouTube Premium. But yeah, no, this sounds cool. This sounds very, very cool. I'm in. Because we saw a bit of an outline of what Tom Cruise looks like. I would like to see. I need to hear the country accent. Come on, I need to hear the country accent. Yeehaw! Please. We got more DC with Clayface. October 23rd, 2026. It did get moved to October. I can talk. Directed by James Watkins, and the screenplay is by Mike Flanagan. It's also produced by Mike Flanagan and Hossein Amini. James Gunn's also a producer, so is Matt Reeves, and so is Peter Safran. The main cast is Naomi Ackie, Max Myella, Eddie Marsan, Ruby Sear, and Will Coban. Yeah, I can talk. This whole thing has just been me messing up. I already saw the footage. God, I wish. Can't wait for that trailer to be online. Apparently soon. I'm hearing soon, but I don't know how soon is. Because some people say, oh, don't worry, soon. And an entire year could go by and you can bring it up when was soon? No, it's soon. You can be on your deathbed and be like, so when was soon? 5 days ago. So, you never know, right? Okay. But I saw a bit of the description for this, and I'm already like, give me the movie. At CinemaCon 2026, Warner Bros. Kicked up the DC Studios portion of the panel by premiering a teaser for Clayface, a standalone film that will reimagine the origins of the iconic Batman villain. The teaser is relatively straightforward, opening on a particular Clayface. No, I thought it was going to open on, the Penguin, but it's okay. Also known as Matt Hagen, Tom Rhys Harris, covered in a face bandage, lying paralyzed in a hospital room. Oh no. Presumably after a horrifying accident. A slowed down and eerie rendition of Do You Realize by the Flaming Lips plays on a camera zoom into Matt's face, where shown flashes of his life as an actor in modernized neon-lit Gotham City. We see snippets of Matt toying with a mysterious scientific experiment with clay. Man, you set yourself up. Assuming to make his return to acting following his accident. The teaser ends with Matt lying in a bathtub, touching and wiping off his face, which turns to a terrifying swirl of clay before it cuts to the Clayface title card. I love saying it like Dead Me. Title card. The teaser didn't show enough of the film to grasp more of its plot. It very much serves as a tone piece, establishing the film's dramatic horror forward tone, fitting for its Halloween release date. And that's why I'm so excited. It's coming out near Halloween. I love it. More comic book horror stuff, please. Where's a specific quote discussing film? You literally posted this. Where's the specific quote that I saw where I'm like, give me the Clayface movie. Give me the Clayface. I know I said something having like it's like inspired by the one thing from the Batman animated series, and I'm like, I love the Batman animated series. Do not play with me right now. Do not play with me right now. Where is it at? Where is it at? Yeah, no, here's the Batman animated series thing. The film looks to be similar to Feet of Clay from the Batman animated series, but with a more brutal horror tone. Yes. Yeah, no. The first teaser for Clay's face shows Matt Hagen disfigured in a hospital, spliced for shots of Gotham City. The footage ends with his face falling off. His face falls off. They didn't really say that here, but his face falls off. I want to see this. I want to see this. That one like GIF. I don't think I've ever seen the clip. It's like that one lady's going, I would like to see it. I would like to see it. Complete tonal shift. Cat in the Hat. Bill Hader's Cat in the Hat. Sophie Gomez is in this movie. Bowen Yang's in this movie. Giancarlo Esposito's in this movie. Huh? November 6, 2026. It was supposed to come out earlier, but that thing got delayed by I think it's 9 months. I'm like, so is the cat pregnant? Why did they have to Man, okay, we got footage. I just know when that thing got delayed, some little kid fell to their knees in the Toy Stories. Because sometimes I hear it's open in some places, sometimes I hear it's closed in some places. They fell to their knees somewhere. The chaotic new look at the Cat in the Hat showed at CinemaCon 2026 gives a much firmer idea of what the film's about. When two kids are forced to move into the city, they feel depressed being away from their original home. That's when the Cat in the Hat comes, why the thing moved into their lives, wanting to make them happy. This is where the movie diverges most from the book, as the kids activate a device that transports them into a world made of their own memories. The imaginative watercolor-like visuals are a lot to keep up with all sorts of environments and colors transforming and meshing into each other. But one of the major highlights is seeing one of the things turning into a full-on kaiju. What is going on? This seems as though the storyline of Cat in the Hat will involve figuring out exactly what makes children so unhappy as they try to get back home. All the humor is very broad, and the footage has a feel of an Illumination-esque film, likely to have a major appeal for its children's audience. Why did they delay it? I'm assuming it's just an animation thing, but it's just if the Cat in the Hat was pregnant, you could have just said so. We all would have understood. I think it's so funny and just awesome that he's being voiced by Bill Hader. I love that. That's the main thing where I'm like, I will take every ticket you have. I will rent out a theater for the Cat in the Hat. That 2D animated show was my thing when I was a kid, so. Again, 9 months. What happened? Last two we have For the Great Beyond, directed by J.J. Abrams. It is also written by J.J. Abrams. It comes out November 13th, 2026. Look at this cast. Glenn Powell, Jenna Ortega, Samuel Jackson. Look at all these other amazing people. Dude. What's happening in this one? J.J. Abrams surprised CinemaCon 2026 audiences by bringing up the first footage for his mysterious new film, The Great Beyond. His first original in some time. The Great Beyond's teaser doesn't tell us much, indicating a classic Abrams mystery box. The trailer begins with an H.G. Wells quote on a retro computer. A voiceover indicates that our protagonists are all searching for something. We see flashes of characters played by Glenn Powell, Jenna Ortega, and Samuel Jackson. The most interesting character looks to be the one played by Emma McKay, who holds a red orb of sorts and looks like she could be an android, or at least an antagonist. Ooh. There's not much to report here other than there's a lot of great actors looking determined. I love that description. Some analog technology involved and gorgeous cinematography. There are plenty of emmatic images such as painted rainbow wall and an aforementioned red orb, along with a final shot of Glenn Powell and Ortega running towards something for fans to pour over. J.J. Abrams is returning to his Super 8-esque style to become famous for better or worse. Damn! You did not need to end it like that. You did not need to end it like that. I'm interested. What are we running from? What are the orbs? What's happening? Technology. H.G. Wells quotes. What is being cooked here, JJ? What's happening, JJ? I want to know. I'm intrigued. I love sometimes being kept in the dark. Like, you know what? Yeah. Keep your secrets. Lastly, we have footage of the opening for Dune Part 3. Directed by my fellow Canadian, Denis Villeneuve. December 18th, 2026. It's sticking there. The cast. Look at it. Peak. Oh my god. Here we go, guys. Fremen in still suits storm the stage at CinemaCon 2026 to chant. Oh my god, they're doing the Dune chant. I keep thinking they're saying LSD. Like, LSD. So I'm like, why are we begging for drugs? That chant is fire, though. It's so good. And introduced director Denis Villeneuve and his cast to discuss the grand finale for his Dune trilogy. The audience was then treated to the first 7 minutes. So they got the Spider-Verse opening, and they got the Dune opening. There! The footage opens on rectangular ships full of Fremen soldiers waiting for deployment. They talk about water flying from the sky on the battlefield, and they land and disperse on a stormy and barren planet. There's a small moment of quiet before a mechanical turret cuts through a fog and cuts down the Fremen. The soldiers take cover and try to destroy the turret with a shield piercer, but the rockets are deflected back. Finally, a beam from above destroys the structures and the Fremen are taking cover in. A devastating depiction of war and destruction in the middle of Paul Atreides' Jihad and Holy War. The footage ends, and a sizzle reel of the footage from the first trailer for Part 3 plays. The opening of the film evokes sequences like a beach scene in Saving Private Ryan, oh my god, mixed with otherworldly aesthetics of space operas. Villeneuve admitted that Part 3 will take a significant departure from the first two films, promising a redemption arc and a broken love story between Paul and Chani, played by both Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. You lucky people that got to see that footage. How does it feel to have luck? I am so excited for this. Again, I can't stop Dune chanting. I love it. It's so catchy. And I don't even know what they're saying for real. I still think they're saying LSD. Go back to it and tell me you don't hear LSD. I dare you. To me, that's what they're saying. And that's why their eyes are blue. The drugs. Man. I need to... You lucky, lucky people. Saving Private Ryan, nah. Saving Private Paul. Bro... I'm coping because it's not fair. I'm coping. This is me coping. I'm trying to cope. We have to wait till December. We can do this. We can do this, guys. Just keep chanting until we get there. LSD. And that wraps it up for my CinemaCon 2026 Warner Brothers coverage. It felt like a lot hit me. It felt like I got like smacked over the head multiple times. Oh my goodness. There's so much of this footage for everything. Just my hype levels even being different for some things. I'm like, I need to see all of this footage immediately. All of this sounds like insane. So much happened. Again, I was gonna hit back to back. Bro, I need to see it now. I need to see all of it now. I am so excited. I'm so excited. The fact that like the waiting game for some of these are almost over, and then the waiting game for some of these are so far away. Time is crazy. I'm jumping, man. I can't wait. Oh my goodness. This is the crazy timeline again. What are they gonna do with that new label? They're trying to get Evil Dead movies out more consistent. DC. Everything's coming up DC. I'll watch Lord of the Rings someday. Game of Thrones is not a guarantee. Thank you guys for tuning into this, for watching. I will see you at the next one. I don't know what time that's going to be. I don't even know what time this is going to be up, but I will see you then. Bye!